Hello, everyone. This is Independent Conservative. Thank you all for joining me. He won. He won. Yes, he won. You know that. I know that. But you know what's interesting? I was telling one of my coworkers the other day. I said, I feel in my spirit a calmness, a peace. And I told him, I said, I believe Trump's going to win. At first, I was nervous. I was like, I don't know. They're going to cheat. They're going to do Democrats going to cheat. They're going to do this. They're going to do that. There's going to be riots all over the place. And just the liberals are just going to go. They're going to be so angry. We just got to stop this man at all costs. And none of that happened. And I felt that, and it's interesting because I felt like all that stuff was going to happen. And then just Monday, I had this serenity down on the inside. And I told one of my coworkers, we talk about, and he's a conservative, and we talk about this all the time. And I said, you know what? I believe Trump is going to win. I feel it. I couldn't prove it. I couldn't give you an analysis, but I felt that. I said, Trump's going to win. And I just felt it deep in my spirit. And so there was a peace, there was a calmness within me that I wasn't worried about anything. I wasn't worried about anything and I believe that peace and calm came from God. At any rate, he won. And I'm thankful for that. We can rest 5 minutes. For 5 minutes, we can rest and do our celebrating, but we got to always still be on guard. It's not over until it's over. But anyway, I want to read to you guys this article from Breitbart News that really brings this out in a way that's really, in my opinion, accurate based on other articles that I've read and so forth that have compared these notes. And I like the way this article explains Trump's win. It's really done well, and it doesn't sound opinionated. So let's get right into this. Yes, I mean, he won, and it's really good. It's really good. Former President Donald Trump is the winner of the 2024 presidential election and will become the first person to win back the Oval Office after losing a re-election bid since Democrat Grover Cleveland in 1884 and 1892. Wow. You know how long ago that was? Trump, the 45th and soon-to-be 47th president, secured a path to a 270 vote threshold in the Electoral College, which is very important. With a victory in Pennsylvania, one of the blue wall states he won in 2016, and where he campaigned vigorously throughout the campaign. Vice President Kamala Harris turned in a strong showing among female voters. And I'm not surprised about that, right? Because she's a female. And of course, females are going to be like, rah, 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 Yeah, but anyway, she underperformed among urban voters and young voters. That an emphasis is mine when I said underperformed among urban voters and young voters that she needed to turn out to hold off the red tide outside the big blue cities. Very interesting. Ballots were still being counted as of early Wednesday morning, and final results would not be known in several states for hours, days, or even weeks. The battle for control of Congress, was still undecided. Republicans won control of the Senate, but control of the House still awaited results in close California congressional races. And I honestly wish that they'd won both the Senate and the House, because the House is where the laws are actually made, and then they got to go to the Senate for the finalization. But but it's good that they won control of the Senate, because any of these radical Democrats in the House of Representatives that come up with these radical, crazy laws that draconian laws they're trying to push, is not going to get anywhere, because the Senate is controlled by Republicans. So hopefully these Republicans won't have these same draconian Marxist communist ideologies that a lot of these Democrats in the House represents. But anyway, the presidential election was called far earlier than many observers and analysts had anticipated it was possible. It says some projections even suggested that Trump could win the national popular vote with a strong showing in California. So this article is a little bit because is a little early, but it's true. Obviously he's won. But this article that I'm reading here from Breitbart News is a little bit early on that. And this reason why I say early is because what I found out, I think it was I think it was either Mark Dice or I think it was Mark Dice stated in the video this morning that Trump even won the popular vote. Not only did he win the electoral votes that he needed to win, but he won the popular vote, showing that he was more popular among voters than Kamala Harris, thank God. I don't know why she was, I ain't gonna get into that, but she was more popular. But he argued, Mark Dice argued that that way people wouldn't say, oh, he stole it, he this, he that. No. He won the popular vote as well. So, yeah. And so the article goes on to say, Senator J.D. Vance of Ohio will ascend to the vice presidency at the age of 40, the third youngest vice president in U.S. history. His success may be a signal that the Make America Great Again, MAGA, movement will live on for decades. Let's hope that's the case. In victory, Trump completed what is indisputably the greatest political comeback in American history. That is something to say. Cleveland, too, faced a closely and bitterly divided country in the wake of the U.S. Civil War. But Trump faced multiple prosecutions, two assassination attempts, censorship on social media, overt media bias, and even efforts to intimidate his lawyers. All of that is factual. That statement is completely factual. People can hoop and holler and fart and poot and say, cry and be butthurt, but all of that is factual. Harris built her candidacy on the idea that she represented, quote, a new generation of leaders. Kill me with this new generation crap. As the first black female and Indian vice president, she relied heavily on the issue of abortion rights, but offered few other policies to voters. And I think that's what hurt her, in part. Yes, abortion is a major issue, but is it as major as an issue as the economy? Is it as major as an issue as these illegals flooding our cities? I don't think so. She was never meant to be the candidate. She took the nomination only after President Joe Biden was forced to quit the campaign after a disastrous debate performance in June that shook Democrats' confidence in his mental stamina. Absolutely true. She was not meant to be the candidate. She wasn't. She was put in and nobody voted for it, but let's go on. Harris never won one primary vote. She did not. She didn't win any primary vote. When I compare all the other articles and all the other information, she never won any primary vote, one primary vote. No politician can say she did. No mouthpiece from the mainstream liberal media can say she did. She didn't. Article goes on to say she is now the second female candidate to fall short of the prize. But she put up as good a fight as Democrats could have hoped for in circumstances that would have been tough for any incumbent. And that's true. Trump overcame, and I'm not going to take that from her, she did put up some fight in there, although she ducked and dodged a lot of things like, the Joe Rogan podcast interview. She dodged that and then wanted to decrease it from 3 hours to 1 hour. To me, that seemed like she was being scared. But anyway, Trump overcame doubts about his rhetoric, his role in the Capitol riot of January 6, 2021, and concerns about his own age. He ran a focused, disciplined, and even innovative campaign in the closing weeks. I agree. Based on all that I have seen up in his campaign, I agree. It was focused and it was disciplined. Yeah, he cracked here and there in terms of cracking on people and ranking on people. That's Trump, but it was focused and disciplined. Goes on to say, reaching out to unusual constituencies, including Black, Muslim, and Hispanic voters. I mean, he went all out. Many lawsuits and much rancor still awaits. Democrats may try to block Trump by claiming he is an, quote, insurrectionist within the ban imposed by the 14th Amendment. Yep, that's why I say you can rejoice for about 5 minutes, but then we got to get back on, But for now, after one of the most improbable campaigns in the long annals of American politics, the voters have selected the leader who will preside over the 250th birthday of the country. He is, once again, President-elect Trump. End of article. I thought that was very well written. I thought it was very factual. and to the point. Yeah. So like I said, we can rejoice, and the American people can rejoice for 5 minutes, symbolically speaking. But yeah, they're going to try to more than likely invoke that, and I'm wondering how that's going to pan out. Someone was making a comment that I was watching one particular excerpt clip from a particular podcast, and this guy was being interviewed. I don't know who his name was. I forget his name, but it was in passing. And I heard him, and he said something that was very disturbing. He says that if President Trump gets elected, what they're going to try to, and he was an insider, he said what they're going to try to do, what the Democrats are going to try to do is evoke that, that line that he's on, that he's an insurrectionist and this type of thing. They're going to try to invoke the 25th Amendment. They're going to try to invoke that, and that he's an insurrectionist and all that. And if he gets put out because he's proven he was an insurrectionist, which is a bunch of bull crap. I don't know why. That's been proven that he did not do that, man. He did not incite these people to violence. He didn't. That's proof of that, man. But anyway, that happens. He says there will be civil war. There's going to be a civil war. And that's what disturbs me, because that's what the Marxists that have infiltrated our government wants. They want a civil war. And my prayer is that does not happen. But if they do something like this and he gets ousted out, all I can do is say, for those of you who believe in the power of prayer, you need to be praying, you need to be where you need to be, and you need to be ready. It is what it is. We had a civil war before, did we not? It might happen again. That's the bad news. But for now, thank God that he's made it in. The Americans have spoken, okay? Not just the Electoral College, but the popular vote. He won the popular vote, which shows that a lot of people that were Democrats, okay, or rather that supported the Democratic Party and may be lifelong Democrats, was like, wait a minute, the Biden and Harris administration has really hurt us economically with these illegals and all the rest. It's been really, really a horrible presidency. And Trump's policies seem to be more promising. So it seems like here that most Americans voted based on logic and reason and facts rather than on feeling. Now, that doesn't mean that they're conservative. It just simply means that they looked at the facts, and they looked at the facts of look, I can't buy food like I want to. Gas price, all this stuff is high as HELL, and it's under their administration. Buying, and then they go back, they're remembering what it was like when Trump was in office. They start remembering, wait a minute, wasn't that bad when Trump was in office economically? Wasn't that bad with all these illegals? Okay, now that Biden gets in there, we catching hell. Okay, I think I want Trump back in. I'm not going to see. There's a lot of people that wanted. I said this before. That wanted to vote for Trump and wanted, and wanted to voice their opinions on that, but were afraid of the persecution and opposition that came with it. So they were what I would refer to, and borrowing the line from many, many decades ago, the silent majority. They were the silent majority. The majority of people, it seems to me, wanted Trump in. And they just said, we're going to be hush-hush about it. We ain't going to say nothing about it. But we're going to make our voices heard when it comes time to vote. And he won the popular vote, meaning he was more popular than Harris's non-speaking self, okay? Come on, man. Let's stop playing games now. The woman was not good at speaking. She just wasn't. She threw a lot of word salads. How can you argue? Come on now. It's not worth arguing about that. But anyway, yeah, I wanted to say that. I'm glad he won. And we should rejoice right now. We should be happy, but only briefly. Keep your spiritual and mental hat on. Keep your spiritual and mental antennas up. Be alert to possible opposition and be alert to possible chaos coming in the future. Just because it didn't happen now, like it did in 2016 after Trump got elected. They had all these protests and some riots and stuff from these blind people. Okay, it might just happen in the future. So don't just relax and chill out and say, oh, whew, it's so. No. Stay alert. I'm going to quote a Bible scripture. 1 Peter chapter 5, says, be sober, be vigilant. For your adversary like a Satan, your adversary like a roaring lion walks about seeking whom he may devour. Be sober. The word sober means to have a sound mind. Be sober. Be vigilant. Vigilant means to be alert. Have a sound mind and be alert. Because your adversary, and what do I mean? Satan, your adversary. And I see the Marxists and the communists that have infiltrated our government as physical expressions of a satanic agenda. And they're looking for someone to devour. They're looking for weak people who have taken their guards down so that they can attack them. Do not take your mental guards and your spiritual guards and even your physical guards down. Always be on the alert. But that's what I had to say about that. But what do you guys think about this win? Leave your comments in the comment section below. Like, share, subscribe to my channel. God bless you all. See you again.